Kristen, who are you and what do you do?
I am Kristin Kreuk, and I do lots of things. I read mostly, but I act and produce, and I'm writing a comic book right now.
You play Cassandra Lee in Murder in a Small Town. What kind of ride can audiences expect this season?
I think the season's really fun, especially for Cassandra. She's joining town council, and she's got a nemesis in Marcia Gay Harden, who's the mayor of the town, and obviously her relationship with Carl continues to progress, and they have some tension and some love, and I think it'll be a nice, warm, mystery-filled season for people.
How does season 2 raise the stakes compared to season 1?
Yeah, this season, there are more murders. There's still only a murder an episode on the whole, but there's also a serialized component to the show. Cassandra is pursuing an investigation of her own this year, which is really exciting. She's doing that with Holly Alberg, Carl's daughter, and Marcia Gay Harden also raises the stakes of the season, yeah.
How much of yourself do you see in your character this season?
I don't know. I don't feel like it's weird. I don't think about it that way. But I think Cassandra, I try to take from her a little bit of her lightness and her passion. She's incredibly committed to making her community better. And while I am not nearly as good at that as she is, I hope that I have some of that.
Most Canadian habit you still have?
Most Canadian, everything I do is a Canadian habit. It's not gone away. I still am, I've always lived in Canada. And I apologize, I do. It is a stereotype, but I do find myself apologizing a lot and taking a lot of consideration, for others around me.
Tim Hortons or Starbucks?
Listen, this is sacrilege, but if those are the only two coffee options available to me, I will go Starbucks, but I would rather go to an independent store.
Hockey or football?
I don't know anything about football, hockey.
Poutine or chili cheese fries?
I haven't eaten meat in a long time. I've never had a poutine, really. And I don't think I've ever had chili cheese fries.
Desert island must have?
One must have? I'll be impractical. I honestly, I think a book.
Favorite city to get lost in?
I'd like to get lost in any city, but years ago I remember I was in Venice, and that was a really fun city. If you could find a way to get lost in that city, that was fun.
Which gymnastic skill took you the longest to master?
I wasn't that good at gymnastics. I was fine. I was competitive, but I wasn't incredible. But anything on the beam, honestly, I found beam quite challenging.
Vaulting. Thrilling or nerve-wracking?
Vaulting, nerve-wracking, but again, it's not like I'm Simone Biles. I'm not doing anything that's incredibly dangerous. I'm hopping on with my hands and then hopping off. It's really not that bad. But yes, and the vault back in my day was different than it is now. They've changed it up into that weird shape. But yes.
If you could perform a routine again today, which would it be?
I was always the best at floor because I had decent dancing ability. And I remember the beginning of my floor routine still. So yes, that.
What's your vibe in 3 words?
What's my vibe? These things are so meta. It's so hard to understand yourself from the outside. But I guess is a vibe like a personality thing? Maybe curious, sometimes serious, easy to laugh.
Most embarrassing moment?
Oh, God, I've had so many. Being in the public eye or pseudo in the public eye since I was 18 years old, there's a lot that's happened in my life that I wish I'd been able to be private about.
You trained in karate at the national level. What drew you to it in the first place?
I wasn't at the national level. I don't know where that, but I did karate for a long time. My mom wanted me to do karate. I grew up in the 80s and 90s where we were scared that the white van would come and they would ply us with treats. And so she wanted to make sure that I could defend myself.
Favorite belt you earned?
I only went to purple belt, and purple was my favorite color.
Most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
I, unfortunately, am not that spontaneous. I tend to think about things a little too much. Most spontaneous thing I've ever done. I don't know. I wish I had a good answer for that.
One superpower you'd love to have for a day?
I really want to fly. For some reason, it just feels like it would be lovely.
What makes you laugh the hardest?
Small children being mean.
Looking back, what's the most unexpected lesson your career has taught you?
I think that lesson exists very much in really being centered inside of myself. That the oscillations that happen outside kind of don't matter. Like really starting to feel that instead of just pretending to feel that. Really feeling centered within all of that.
You've taken on a variety of roles. Which type of character challenged you the most and why?
I think there are three different answers to that question. The first is a challenge in that like my early roles were really, really tough. There are roles I've taken that are very physical, and that's a challenge, but I like it. But I think the role that really fed me the most was on a show that I executive produced as well called Burden of Truth. And that character, Joanna, was so close to my heart and someone I worked so hard to build, and I am so proud of the work that we did on that show and that I did on that show.
If you could tease season 2 in 3 words, what would they be?
Romance. This is 2 words, but we'll use it as one. Political intrigue. Murder.
What's your rating of The Sit?
I don't know, like 4 stars? Okay, well, 5? 5?